you for clicking on this video if you saw it in your recommended or for some reason it came up when you searched it. But if you're seeing this video, this message is for you. I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I usually don't channel collective messages, but I felt really called to today and kind of throw away the video idea I had originally planned and just channel one big collective message for the people who come across it, because I'm picking up on a lot of themes for the collective right now of going through lots of changes, of integrating shadow work. I feel like a lot of people, myself included, are sort of, I just saw 33 too, if that's a significant number, are sort of recovering from a period of life-changing events and integrating the lessons from that period into your life now, and sort of just learning how to deal with that and with doors closing and new doors opening. So we're gonna get some messages. I'm gonna start with the astrology tarot, the astrology oracle, and then we'll get some general themes as well to get an idea of like what's going on here, and then get some advice too. So what is going on for the collective, Spirit? What is going on for the collective? Okay. We have Leo coming out, very fitting with this Leo new moon today. If you're seeing this on the day of the Leo new moon, or like in the following few days after, I highly recommend sitting down and writing down some of your goals that you would like to bring into fruition. With this moon cycle, Leo is all about passion, is all about pleasure, and what excites us in that way. It's about getting creative, lots of different projects. It's about focusing on like what drives us. So that would be a really good suggestion during this new moon, just sitting down and getting clear about yourself, what it is that you're trying to call in. What else is the collective dealing with, Spirit? What else is the collective dealing with, Spirit? Also, seeing the number 5 on the Leo card right now reminds me of, because when we say the cycle is complete, it's a 10. And I believe a cycle here has completed, but we're seeing a 5 with this Leo card because it's like the cycle is half completed in the sense of you've now learned the lesson. So now how do we integrate that into our life? How do we realize like how to implement it into our lives instead of just saying, because if you know something, do you really know it? You have to like know it and feel it, and to really understand like what you are gaining from this situation, what you have gained as a soul and as a human being. What growth has your soul done and experienced in the last chapter of your life? What did that teach you? What are you leaving behind? And what are you moving forward? Like moving forward into. Because I'm just getting a lot of, we have the sun coming out here too, with this source energy. So lots of messages about letting your light shine. I feel like you're really coming from a place of like returning back to like your energy. You're returning back to parts of yourself you may have lost like along the way. Maybe some inner child healing as well, but I'm not really picking up so much on inner child healing, more like inner child knowing. And I mean that in the sense of things that you enjoyed when you were younger, before like maybe you got swept up in like a certain lifestyle or a certain group of friends, or like you became a certain different person like in high school or in college or whenever it may be, later in adulthood as well. This cycle that has just ended for you, who were you before that? And what parts of that person can you bring back to yourself? So we're not talking about the wounds or things like that, but we're talking about things that you enjoyed, and when you had more time to be by yourself and you forgot these things that you love so much. What is that? You need to find what that is and work on just kind of embracing that. And I feel like some of you have. I definitely have been embracing more. For me, it's writing. I used to write a lot when I was younger, and I don't know, I've always been interested in writing, but I started writing less and less and less over the years, and now I'm seeing myself return back to that and getting really into creative writing again and writing poetry. So that's just one example, but what is it for you? What is something that, a theme you're coming up that you're seeing yourself doing that you haven't done in years and years? Or what is something that you are feeling drawn to doing that you haven't done in years and years? What else is going on for the collective right now, Spirit? They just flew over there. Okay, we have South Node, the past. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna grab this card. And we have the midheaven. And oh my God, this is so interesting. I love this. So with this South Node energy coming out, again, we're seeing 33. With like the midheaven directly after, this is the theme for the collective. What are we leaving behind in our South Node? Not even in the sense of like, yes, astrology, but what are the themes that we are leaving behind? What are the lessons that we have learned? And what are the things that we have gained? In like, I don't want to say in response to learning these lessons, because I wouldn't say it's like that. Like, it's not like if you do a bad job, the universe is like, oh, too bad, you're not going to get your blessing now. But I mean, more so in the sense of like, what is your reward for yourself of being proud of yourself for breaking the karmic cycle? What is the karmic cycle you are stepping away from so you can move into this midheaven? Because this is big here right now. And I feel this like, I feel this so strongly on a collective level and also like on an energetic level of people breaking karmic cycles and moving into their life's purpose, moving into the next phase of their journey that's bringing them closer and closer to their life's purpose. Because now, and I'm not saying the karmic cycle you were in before was bad or wrong, because it all happened for a reason, right? And that's great. And I encourage you to recognize that. You don't necessarily have to forgive anybody, but I encourage you to recognize that for what it was, what it taught you, what it served for you at the time it was happening, and let it fall away so you can step into this new phase. Because now you're going to enter a new karmic cycle. Everybody talks about karmic cycles that like it's always a negative thing. It's not always a negative thing. It's duality. There's positive and negatives to everything. So this new karmic cycle that you're stepping into, what is that going to look like? What is it for you? What do you feel on a soul level you're stepping into? Because this is big here. You're working towards your life's purpose. You're working towards the reason that you were incarnated in this lifetime. And that's huge. For me, I think, and I would like to hear if anybody agrees with me in the comments or your thoughts on this in general. I see the collective being split into two groups, really. And that's going to be on like a spectrum. Not everybody's so black and white, right? But split on a spectrum of people like this, my collective here that I'm channeling, of people who are karmic cycle breakers. They're generational curse breakers. You are breaking the generational curses in your family that have repeated and repeated and repeated down the line of your family lineage. I see people like that, and I see a group of people who are continuing the pattern, that didn't get the message, they didn't pick up the call, and they are continuing the pattern of generational curses in their family. And I don't know if you've noticed that in your life as well, but it's a big time for like, it's a big like make or break moment. And there will always be another time for them to make a different choice, but that's not your problem, baby. Your problem right now is focusing on your future and what's going on with you, because you broke something big here. I want to get some more messages from the astronomy or the astrology tarot too. This is really interesting. This is definitely some of the themes like I have been like picking up on in my own life, and also I'm seeing like mirrored outward to me within the collective. Spirit, what else is going on for the collective? Okay. We have Capricorn achieve, and we have Sagittarius expand. Exactly. You are going places and doing things that you never thought in your wildest dreams that you were going to be able to, you couldn't comprehend it before. That's what the thing is. It's interesting as we go along in our journey that we just keep sort of like unlocking things, you know? Like if you would have told me like some things now that I believe in, or some ideologies I have, if you'd have told me when I was beginning this journey 10 years ago, I couldn't comprehend it. I didn't have the knowledge, right? But you're at this place now where you have the key to this. You know what you're capable of. You've been through some shit. You're stronger now. You know just how much you can take, and how, more importantly than that, you know how much you can do on your own. You know the beauty of being alone and sitting with yourself and becoming your own best friend. It's like this journey of like worthiness in whatever way that manifests for you, whether it's like body image issues in a health journey, or maybe it's like finding a career that suits you better, a place to live, a partner that suits you better. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's these messages of like worthiness and understanding your wholeness and divinity inherently without you having to do anything. And that is the irony of the universe, because you accepting that you don't have to do anything to receive this is what's making you achieve things. It's what is making you expand through this achievement. You're accepting, okay, I don't have to do. I can just be. And because of that, the universe is responding in a way of, oh, okay, this person isn't giving off the energy that they have to do things in order to be worthy of something. So it's just kind of flowing in more like abundantly and without struggle. We're gonna get a couple more. Yeah, this is a beautiful message. This is amazing. I really hope you leave me a comment letting me know like if you're comfortable exactly how this is coming into your life, because it's just so interesting to see. I'm just really happy with the direction that the collective's going. I feel really proud to be alive at this time. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way. It just feels very impactful, you know? It feels like we're really at a turning point in humanity, and we all get to be a part of it and play a role, and that's really beautiful. Spirit, what else is going on for the collective? Okay, interesting. We have Saturn, and we have retrograde. Very nice. I don't know if Saturn is in retrograde or not currently. I can't remember. No, it is in retrograde. No, Jupiter is in retrograde. Whether or not Saturn is in retrograde or not, I'm pretty sure that it is though. I know for a while there it was in retrograde just recently, and that's all about karma. It's about karma. That's why I'm seeing so many people either make or break these generational, I just saw 33 again, make or break these generational ties and these karmic cycles here. I'm talking about more like toxic karmic cycles, you know? That's why we're seeing so many people break these cycles during the Saturn retrograde period, and like even if we're not in it, the shadow period of it, because Saturn is the Lord of karma. It's all about structure, it's all about order. And when Saturn goes retrograde, people essentially like, you're reaping what you sowed. You're reaping what you gave, like you're receiving that energy back. Were you doing things that you shouldn't have been doing? Saturn's gonna show up for you and give you that same energy right back. Were you being a good person and doing your very best, benefiting not only yourself, but the other people around you? Were you acting with pure intentions, or were you thinking, like acting selfishly? Saturn is here to show you exactly what that is. And that's why I think we're seeing this like divide between, and it's obviously not as polarizing as that, but we're seeing a lot of people be swayed in one direction or another. And I believe it's karma. And with the karma coming up with this Saturn retrograde here, people who have been like doing the work and have been trying to like better themselves and do the best that they can for themselves, for those around them, for the planet, for whoever, just being a good person, are receiving the benefits of that. And one of the benefits, let me tell you, and I know this applies to you as well, one of the benefits of that is losing shit that no longer serves you. It's letting shit fall away because you are no longer a vibrational match to it. You outgrew it. It's okay. There's nothing, they're not wrong for not meeting you there. Your journey with those people, that place, that thing, that job, that house, it's over. It's done. It's no longer serving you or that person, so it falls away. You're no longer a vibrational match to each other. But guess what? Something better is coming because you are reaping the rewards for being a good person. I'm not saying you should be a good person in order to receive rewards, like some kind of, I don't know what it's called, like moral desert. There we go. Some kind of like moral desert. You should just be a good person in general. And you can't fake that shit either. The divine knows, like, are you being a good person because you're a good person, or do you just want the benefits? You know what I mean? You can't lie energetically. So when I say like being a good person and you're reaping the rewards from that, you didn't do it for the reward. You did it because that's your soul. That's the person that you grew into. And you're being recognized for that right now. And honestly, I don't want to use the word rewarded, but your energy is being matched. You're receiving the positive, beautiful energy that you put out. That's coming right back to you, and you're getting this abundance coming in. I'm gonna do, I think, one more of these before we move on. Spirit, can I get one more for the collective, please? Okay. We have 8th house mystery coming out. That's no surprise, honestly. What's around the corner is a mystery, and you're just gonna have to trust it, because I have a feeling that a lot of you are people who like to be in control. I just saw 444. People who like to be in control. They like to control their own destiny. They don't like to take their hands off the steering wheel and let Jesus take the wheel. They don't like to do stuff like that. They like to know like where they're going. They like to be the navigator. But right now, during this point, what's going to benefit you the most is just kind of sitting back, relaxing, integrating all the lessons that you've learned from this karmic cycle closing out here, and letting the divine bring you a blessing. Because it's not going to be, it only can get better, right? It's not going to be scary in like a negative sense. It might be scary in the exciting sense if you don't know what's coming, but I encourage you, instead of feeding into that, to let yourself rest, do some meditations, tune into your feminine energy. Stop being in your masculine energy of knowing and doing and planning so much, and just let yourself be. Just get into that receiving mode and allow yourself to just enjoy life for what it is right now. Because there's a time for rest and there's a time for work. And don't think of it as work in that way, but like work in the sense of like, there's a time for productivity and like go, go, go. And there's a time for rest and relaxation and just kind of like taking it easy, doing some yoga, going in nature, stuff like that. So we're gonna get some more themes coming out here. I'm gonna see what we learned from this karmic cycle ending. What did the collective learn from this karmic cycle ending in general? Interesting. I just split the deck and saw this. I'm seeing healing, separation, go within. Interesting. So with a lot of you, if we're taking this as an in general thing, a lot of you separating from a situation, person, place, or thing, you're integrating those lessons here right now, and you're healing the wounds that come up for you when you're separate from that thing. What does it trigger within you? Sit with that. Does it trigger abandonment? Does it trigger self-doubt? Does it trigger you to feel not valid? What exactly is it that is triggering to you? What is the bigger lesson here? Because when we look at stuff like this, like a repeated karmic cycle, especially when we're going like through generations, look at your mom, your grandma, your great grandma, look at your dad, your grandpa, your great grandpa, any of them. What is a repeated theme in your family that keeps coming up? And maybe if it's like addiction, say your parents were drug addicts and you aren't a drug addict, but how does that come up in your life? Are you a work addict? Do you base your work off of productivity and like your worth off of productivity at work? Do you feel like that's the only way that you can get that like dopamine rush? Like, how does it show up exactly for you? Because it might not be exactly the same. Like if it's like a situation like that, it might not be exactly the same, but the underlying energy of it is the same. So I need you to really go within and sit with it. Do some automatic writing, get into a meditative state, and get to the root of the issue, because that's how you're gonna get the best out of the situation. You already did the hardest part. You really did. And that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you, and I know how hard that shit is. You already did the hardest part, which was ending the karmic cycle, and that's awesome. You should be so proud of yourself. So now, in order to get the most out of it, you just need to integrate it. You need to sit there and think about all the different things, all the patterns that came up, really. All the patterns that came up. What was this trying to teach me? What did it teach me? What do I already know, and what do I know on a soul level? What are the two differences in those levels? Spirit, what else was this trying to teach the collective? Open your heart, setting loving boundaries. Beautiful. So maybe you're someone who, especially going back to that like addict parent example, if you're someone who had like parents that had addiction issues when you were younger, and you took on a lot of the responsibility of other people's emotions and let your own emotions not be important. It was about everybody else's emotions, not the way you feel. And then you carry that into a relationship later in your life. And this is just an example. And then that relationship falls away because you set those boundaries. What does that teach? What is that teaching you? That healthy people will respect your boundaries. That people who respect you will respect your boundaries. You don't have to be scared to love people. You can let your guard down, and the right people will not leave you for just setting the boundaries that are right for you, because you need to focus on making yourself comfortable instead of making everybody else around you comfortable at the expense of yourself. So it looks like a lot of people have been learning boundary setting activities, and that's a beautiful thing. Learning how to set boundaries with other people and yourself too. Setting boundaries with yourself is important too. What boundaries do you want to set with yourself? Think about that when you're thinking about all the different patterns that you've learned here. We have speak your truth, express yourself. Lots of throat chakra healing for the collective for sure. Lots of learning how to unsilence themselves. Maybe people who were once silenced in a situation, they didn't want to have the drama. They wanted to keep the peace. They wanted everything to be happy-go-lucky. Maybe now you're ready to not be toxic, but you're ready to say, no, I don't like that, and walk away from it. You're not giving it a ton of your energy. You're just saying, no, thank you. And that goes with boundary setting as well. Throat chakra energy healing is very important because you can't come from a place of true authenticity to yourself and to other people if you have a blocked throat chakra. So you're learning how, and you learned how to speak your truth, to stand up for yourself. What is authentic to you? Who would you be if no one was there to tell you who to be? What else do we have, Spirit? Okay. We have High Priest, personal empowerment, beautiful. So big themes of this ending is, I'm going to take these cards too. These also came out. We have transformation, and we have the chosen one, fast track to ascension. Beautiful. So the big themes here that you're learning, and again, I encourage everybody to sit with this and figure out what the like hidden things are underneath this. What are the specific energies for you? Because these are the overall. We have the healing separation, going within. We have open your heart, setting loving boundaries, speak your truth, express yourself. High Priest, personal empowerment. Choosing yourself and putting yourself before other people when a situation no longer serves you is empowering, because you're free. You are free to be yourself now. We have this transformation, the battle of head versus heart. Again, with the integration, as you saw 22-22, learning how to listen to your head sometimes and listen to your heart sometimes, and understand that the difference between your ego leading you and your intuition leading you. And I think that's really important as well. And just in general, I'm getting a lot of Plutonian energy from this transformation. A phoenix literally rising from the ashes. Maybe this was a huge tower moment for you. Maybe this karmic cycle fucking destroyed you. And if it did that because it built you back up into who you are now. And if you're not happy right now, just know that there is more beautiful things coming than you could ever imagine. The next chapter is going to be so great. You are not going to recognize your life a year from now. Just as I'm sure you don't recognize yourself a year ago. It's going to be so beautiful. And I need you to hold on to that hope that good things are here. Good things are coming. You are deserving of all of this. And we have the chosen one coming out too, with the fast track to ascension. Amazing, amazing, amazing. You just keep checking off spiritual lessons left and right. It's amazing. And I don't want you to get in competition with yourself and be like, I gotta learn this, this, and this. Right now, you don't need to learn anything, okay? You need to sit with yourself, and just like when things come up, they come up, write them down, let them come up. Like I said, when you're sitting down and writing these lessons down, that's fine, that's okay. What I don't want you to do is to force more spiritual lessons in, okay? We just want to see and work through and integrate what we already learned, so we're better able to move into this next chapter of our life without a whole bunch of things clouding our mind, because then we can't show up for all these beautiful blessings that we've worked hard for. So really, really interesting. Yeah, that definitely, I don't know, that just feels so powerful to me, and I know that it feels powerful to some of you as well, and I can't imagine or even think of like what it is specifically in your life, but whatever it is, I genuinely am so proud of you, and you should more importantly be proud of yourself, because you did that shit. So we're gonna get some tarot. I'm only gonna pull a few because this video is already getting long, about some advice, even though that already came through a little bit. Get some advice here for the collective working through this karmic situation. Ooh. We have the Three of Bats, so the Three of Swords. This situation really broke your heart. Again, whether it's a person, place, or thing, this, whatever it was, you at one time really cared about it, and it really shattered your soul to have to, originally, I'm saying, when it first happened, it really shattered your soul in some way to walk away from this, and that's probably why you have that huge tower moment. Like, you had to build back up, like, who you were from the ground up, and that's not an easy thing to do. It's not a fun card. It's not a fun energy to be in, but you're no longer there. So this chapter is just about healing the heartbreak and honoring that karmic situation for what it was. Okay, we have the Fool, new beginnings. Yes, beautiful. I love it so much. We have the Fool coming out to literally symbolize new beginnings. This came out too from the other deck. It was on my floor, so I'm gonna put it here. It's all about compassion. I think self-compassion and a stray away from like self-judgment would be really helpful here, because I feel some of you are like, I thought I was over this. Like, why am I feeling so emotional? I thought I was better. I thought I was this, that. Stop talking to yourself like that. You will be okay. But right now you don't feel good. And do you want to feel like crap and then also like be talking bad to yourself? That's not helpful. It's not. And I know it's hard, but just remember that. Don't shame yourself for the way you feel. You need to honor it. Because the more that you run from it and shame for yourself and say, I don't want to feel that, I don't want to feel that, the longer it's going to stick around. And it's just so much more beneficial to sit with that. And I know, like, I'm not trying to make it sound easy, because I struggle a lot with that as well. But it's really important, honestly, to do so. Because otherwise you're just prolonging the inevitable of having to feel it, you know? What is other advice here, or any final thoughts, spirits? Ooh. We have the Four Pumpkins. Yay! Oh my god, so cute. Love it. Yes, so all about planting the seeds. Like I said, if you're watching this on the day of the Leo new moon, or like a few days after, definitely a great time to manifest your dreams and to sit down and get clear about yourself of what goals, what seeds you're trying to plant for the future. Really beautiful stuff. Good things are here and good things are coming, I promise. The hard part is over. You can take a deep breath and relax and know that you did it. You did it. You made it. You are at the finish line of that terrible point in your life. And now this next chapter is going to be so beautiful. So we're going to get some affirmations, and then I'm going to close out the video. I take care of the earth takes care of me. So doing some grounding exercises would be really beneficial for you here. Just going outside and kind of sitting with the earth. I've seen a lot about earth pulsing recently. So kind of laying against the earth and like feeling like you can feel the earth's heartbeat against yours, and just feeling really connected and grounded with Mother Earth would be really helpful at this time. What else? Ooh. I make plans to succeed. I trust myself to make good choices. Beautiful. See how they're green as well? Lots of heart chakra energy here. Let's get one more, spirit. Okay. I am always enough. There is nothing that can subtract from the amount of love I add to the world. Beautiful. So I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was beneficial to you in some way and it resonated. Please do leave this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it. Also, definitely leave me a comment and let me know how this resonated in your life if you feel comfortable doing so. I'll see you later. Bye.